friend sent me a DM on Discord the morning of April 30th, 2025, warning me not to listen to Cat's-Eye's new single. I suppose you can call it a sign from the divine. Too bad that for the sake of me being an honest critic, I listened to the song anyway, and that is entirely my fault. If I thought those Blackpink rip-off songs for Baby Monster were bad, if I thought Young Posse was bad, if I thought Meow's debut was bad, hell, if I thought Cat's-Eye's prior songs were any form of bad, what the hell was even this? Hey guys, Cait Cher here, and holy moly, it's been forever since I did one of these, huh? I did not expect my first song review video in a while to be a global K-pop-like song, but considering how there's been discourse about this song all over the internet, I feel like I should put in my 2 cents. I don't think it'll be fantastic because I'll just be repeating a lot of things people are saying, but I'll do my best.
They could describe everything with one single word.
This has to be a song that Hybe bought off of YG while working on Blackpink's Never Realized discography. If Meow's crime is for beating the cat noise down to the most nauseous last nerve, Gnarly's crime is having Ice Spice lyrics with audio mixed by the producer's toddler on Bring Your Child to Work Day. If anyone said to bring the 2010s EDM scene back, I don't think they meant bring back like a G6. But bouncing off of that, let's talk about the genre of the song, and that's hyperpop. What is it exactly? Hyperpop originates from the early 2010s British pop scene, with artists such as Sophie and Gnarly-Katseye leading the charge in the early 2010s musical landscape. Actually, it's because of Charlie's Brat album that hyperpop seems to be making a comeback, so Gnarly's existence would make sense. If it wasn't Gnarly-Katseye, though, it might have been Kim Petras despite her music receiving mixed reviews. Matter of fact, hyperpop as a genre itself seems to be divisive with music listeners. Why is this? Well, as a sound, as described by writer Delusional Melodrama on the WKNC 88.1 blog, as hyperpop is a quasi-genre of delusional gay screeching atop loud, sometimes unpleasant noises. No, the gay in the quote wasn't used as a slur, because if you look further into the article, Delusional Melodrama does include how hyperpop was often played in LGBTQ+ spaces before becoming mainstream, similar to the origins of disco in the 70s. As the article also states, hyperpop is a polarizing genre. If done correctly, the song can be liked. If not, people will very easily hate the song. I personally liked this track from Charlie's Brat, but I will warn that another feature of hyperpop is that the lyrics don't always have to make sense. But as long as they flow and sound good to the ear, the song is safe from scrutiny. I don't think lyrics were the intention of 360 specifically, or even Charlie's work in general, but they make the song catchy enough that the club will be bopping out to it on a nightly basis. The instrumental is also atypical of a pop sound, but at least it sounds consistent with the rest of the song's elements. Now, of course, I can't talk about hyperpop without bringing up Sophie. May she rest in power. Seriously, I discovered this woman way too late, and I must pay the music gods for the sins I have made. Immaterial is a little more experimental than 360, but again, it checks all the same boxes that made 360 so successful. The instrumental makes the song super easy to dance to, and again, while the lyrics are not deep, they don't need to be since they flow with the rest of the song so well. Now, what makes Immaterial more experimental than 360 is the technical vocal effects Sophie applies in the second half of the song. I would normally get annoyed by vocal effects like the chipmunk voice, but for Immaterial, it actually works. Maybe because Sophie's voice is not annoying when pitched up, but again, the effects just flow with the rest of the piece. In fact, I think the vocal change is kinda like the bass drop of the song. It's supposed to make the song more hype in a concert or club space. When you compare this and 360 to Gnarly, though...
Bugatti, Gnarly, Tesla, Gnarly, fried chicken, Gnarly, party to Hollywood Hills. Oh, we're in a session tonight, gang gang. Oh, we're going out tonight, gang gang.
Yeah, now you get where my toddler playing with the soundboard comment comes from. If anything, this song reminds me of 100 gecs, which is not a reference I thought I would make here, as me and a couple more music critics on this platform agree that 100 gecs suck. If you want to argue with me on how I'm wrong about 100 gecs, you can do so in the comments for all I care. No, Gnarly doesn't have the awful vocal effects that 100 gecs uses, but they have the same issue of how badly utilized the instrumental is in comparison to how badass the girls are supposed to be when they literally are nothing compared to Charlie XCX. She has Brat and Boom Clap. What do you girls have?
I don't need no 1, 2, 3, not bourgeoisie, I'll step in.
Oh, that's right. Then there's the argument of fans saying,
"This song is a satire. That's why the lyrics are the way they are."
This whole satire argument reminds me a lot of what Todd in the Shadows said when he did his review on Jewel's 0304 album, the one album that shot late 90s, early Y2K singer Jewel back into obscurity. In fact, Gnarly reminds me so much of Intuition. The song that Jewel claimed back in 2003 was supposed to be a satire celebrity culture of the time, when all it did was make her a part of the problem. If Gnarly is to be the Intuition of 2025, it succeeds in the department of failing to be the thing fans claim for it to be. I'm sorry, but when these girls are a part of a musical industry that's main purpose is to show people that they were chosen to be idols as people who are better and more beautiful than everyone else, as much as these girls probably want to prove otherwise, they're no longer regular people, and they are performing a song that proves that they're no longer regular people, especially when you're trying to compare Takis to Tesla cars. And I know there's going to be a thing about the swearing, so I'll say this. Look, I don't mind curse words in a song. Sometimes, if not mostly, swearing can enhance a lyric or get the message of the song across if done right. If done wrong, you get Fuck It by Amen. Jesus Christ, how did I remember that song to even compare Gnarly to? Unlike Olivia Rodrigo, who actually sounds heartbroken in Driver's License, the Katseye girls sound like toddlers repeating swear words that they heard from their parents during an argument. I'm not saying that teenagers and young adults aren't allowed to swear, but hearing "I'm the shit" repeating 1 billion times in one sitting makes these girls look faker than being in the K-pop industry already makes them look. Oh, and there's the music video. Jesus, the music video. Yes, there's disgusting usage of AI in there, and as ugly as it looks, that's not the thing that pissed me off the most. Surprise, surprise. Just like with Tate McRae's It's Okay, I'm Okay, this video is not for the song because people like to listen to softcore porn on mute like Nicki Minaj's envies. Here's the difference. Nicki Minaj, when she released Anaconda, was a full-fledged adult and consented to everything that she was doing. The Katseye girls are barely adults. Need I mention that Yoonjae is still fucking 17 years old, both a minor in American and South Korean standards? So, of course, while people were roasting the song to the ground, fans tried to defend this dumpster fire by saying that the girls love the song, so you should too. Okay, some of you forgot how marketing works, so here it goes. Of course artists are not going to talk shit about their songs until after the promotions are over. They're not gonna go all Rachel Zegler on their first comeback. Thank God most people have common sense to point out the flaws in the mental gymnastics. However, there was that live Lara and Manon did about the song when people were posting comments on how bad it was. Now, I'm all for people saying agree to disagree when it comes to music, because in most cases that is true. Now, I don't think Manon was being super rude when she said get the fuck out of here to people who didn't like the song, but I do believe that was not the right place and the right time to be saying shit like that. Like, if she wants to talk to her other members not on stream like that, I'm all for it, because we all do shit like that. But on stream, while fans were literally giving their opinions in a not hateful manner? It just kind of leaves a bad taste in my mouth. Now, if people were not offended by what she said, great, because I'm not exactly offended either. At the same time, this is just not good PR. Alright, now that I said my piece on that, could we leave Manon alone, please? She's been through enough. At the end of the day, even after talking about hyperpop and how it has a place in pop music, I still give Gnarly by Katseye a 2 out of 10. I think Gnarly could have been better with 2 things. 1, if the music was better mixed for the modern pop scene. 2, give the girls better lyrics, for crying out loud. I'm not looking for Shakespeare level quality, but at least make Katseye look less cringe. I didn't think we were going to get a new version of Batty, but good lord. If Katseye's career is not dead after this, Hybe really must be desperate for a global version of Le Sserafim, because this group was doomed with a capital D.
Everything's gnarly.
And that's it for today's video. If you guys liked what you saw and heard, don't be afraid to hit the like and subscribe buttons if you haven't done so already. If you guys would like to chat with me some more about Gnarly, giving your own thoughts, please hit me up in the comments below. I'm Cait Cher and it's been real. Ciao!